It all comes down to potentially today on the Champions League run. A massive hammering of Arsenal and also a swap deal. Hasan Ouedraogo joins as Florian Wirtz leaves Liverpool, crashing out on Piers Morgan. Seriously? What's that all about? Come on, what is he doing? But yes, people, this could be the final time we see this Liverpool team in an intro. It's not the finale I wanted, not because of games or anything, but because I'm absolutely dripping of sweat. The mods should be working. We've got Ekatike. Let's see if his face is in it. For this last dance, yes he is. We've got the kits back. Finally, it took its time, did this game. Hasan Ouedraogo, he's got a face for the first time ever in this save, but one player we won't see the face of in a game again is Kvicha. Unless we don't win this season, we'd get him back almost at the end of next. It was a naughty tackle that got put in on him as we start the Champions League semi-final off with Atleti. Do we play both legs? Do we play some of these league games? Well, we do have Chelsea and we do have Manchester City. Interesting, we finish with them. They are 7 points clear, top of the league. Unfortunately, no game in hand for us. And we could actually change that around to 1 game in hand if we beat them with 4 points. 3 points close to them, of course, with that final game of the season. We could pit them to the post. There is the league. I was going to say the League Cup. No, that was the FA Cup. The League Cup actually won by Forest. Did they beat us or something? No, it was Manchester City on penalties. We can't lie. Manchester City have been really rotten to us this save. But Iraola's contract hasn't been rotten to him. He's just got to win games. And he's going to try and win the Champions League. We've got 390 rated. Only 2 of them can play. A lot of 89s. Ekatike at this moment in time after a hat-trick against Arsenal sits on 26 goals, 10 assists. We lose the contribution of Kvicha for the time being, but we gain Rio Ngamoa as the manager's going to speak to the youngster. Rio, I regret even trying to replace you. Is he really throwing Kvicha under the bus? I'm so glad you're back into this team. I know you've worked really difficult or through difficulties. The goals you've been scoring at this moment in time have been phenomenal. Prove what you've got against Fulham, get into the Champions League squad, and keep it for yourselves, as we need to gain confidence before that big fixture. So yes, we are going to be playing Fulham. Come on, we've got to keep chasing Manchester City. With a few changes like Szoboszlai staying in over Ouedraogo, we need that confidence. If we get beat here, despite having a lot of first-team players, I'll be kind of ashamed of us. Kevin, brilliant tackle right there. Jack Gay with the pass away. That rhymes. Gravenberg straight into the inverted Kirkes. Around the side, here goes Rio Ngamoa. I've just praised him for them finesse shots. He gets it back on his right foot, swinging despite in real life being predominantly left-footed. He's going to get the left-footed cross in, trying to test Bert Leno, but this has been the most boring half I think I've ever seen. We're already 38 minutes in. That cross being the only real bit of action, and I apologise if you can hear in the background a fan. I've got the room fanned up. It is boiling in England, and I think the first time I recorded this Liverpool save, it was chucking it down, so it's changed around. Rio trying to cross again. He is proving himself like the manager wanted, really getting in the action. That's a brilliant ball towards Hugo Ekatike. Utter a push in the back by Timothy Castagna. I think that's an awful decision. Beaumont, though, into Bradley. We've made a lot of substitutions, and Connor Bradley is on for fitness reasons, same as Beaumont. There was a low cross into Ngamoa, but I didn't want to go for it. They've done very well at blocking the crosses of Fulham. Come on. We need to stay on the path of City. Milos Kirkes, that's terrible. We're taking way too long. Adam Wharton, the man to penetrate a pass through the middle, is onto the field. As Bradley, with a pass in there, here's Ekatike at the edge of the box. Giving us the ball back easily. We need to go. Connor Bradley, he's away from the defender right here. If there is a switch in the box, Connor Bradley, there's the man we needed to perform today. It is the style we play, the inverted fullbacks, getting the ball across the box into Rio Ngamoa. It looks like a lot of people were ready to write us off, but we get back in there. Connor Bradley off the bench to get man of the match for Liverpool in the retro kit that I'm actually loving. And City have spilt up. Why is the media not focusing on that? We could technically still win this league. Or if we beat City on the final day, lose it lost by a point. But that is me being pessimistic, as we can't forget the ruthlessness Iraola wanted. That's all he asked for from this team, and we've beaten Middlesbrough 3-0. And that means we're still on track for a chase, and we've won in the Champions League first leg. We actually beat Juventus before this. That's where Ekitike got his hat-trick, where Draugo gets his first Liverpool goal, I believe, and a lot of praise again from outlets. Can we do this? And no, it wasn't his first Liverpool goal. He scored 5, assisted 2. First goal in game for us from our number 7, replacing Florian who? Florian what? Florian where? I can't lie, Wirtz did play well for us. But I am preferring who we've got now. Pressure's back on City. Yes, they do have that game in hand, but 1 point is in it. And look at that Athletic kit. You love to see it. Is that kind of retro? I don't know. We're the ones in retro. But we're hoping for a modern day result here at Anfield. Went unbeaten a few seasons back all the time under Jurgen Klopp. Ekitike! Oh my days, I didn't think he was favourite to it. Arteta's in charge of Athletic. I've just seen him on the sidelines. Can you get a more pleasing fit for a tactical approach and a manager already in match made in heaven? As we win that header, Gravenberg, we've got the 2-0 lead. They'll struggle to overcome that. Rio and Gamoa, that's got to be handled. I thought it was the brother of Mr. Home Alone himself on our side. It isn't. It's Mark Buell. I thought it said McAllister. But it's our McAllister to score this, to make it 3-0. Almost put us in. It's off the inside of the post. And we've got tired players, I'm just noticing. I think we had another league game before this, and we've got to get our heads back in it, and this penalty. Arteta's took Calafiori over to Atleti. I thought he'd take one of the big men defenders, but here's Mendoza running forward. Is that Brian? I don't know, but here goes Frimpong. Lemar's retiring for them. They should have an ancient team, and they're backpedaling, really scrambling to get back, which allows us to get forward. We love to put that ball across the box. They've dealt with it rather comfortably. Just me, or is that fantastic? From Atleti, okay, they still can actually play football, but they run straight into Milos Kerkez. Over the top, really fatigued team, so we could have done with that penalty, enabling us to actually change it round in the second half, which I guess we can still do. It's half-time, it's 2-0. If we bottle this, and even the substitutes are absolutely knackered. I think I've simmed 2 games very close succession, and then this is the third. We had Borough and Sunderland both away from home, so yeah, players are really tired, and we're coming up against a team probably full of beans, still trying to beat them with that 2-0 lead, but I don't feel confident. There goes over the top Jeremiah Rakoba. He's finally got a bit of confidence. It's saved by Jan Oblak. We signed that man from the second tier of Spain, so he's not used to playing against Jan, but Las Palmas, maybe in the past he has. Adam Wharton running through. He's still tired. Still hanging in there. There is Kerkez over the top. Rio and Gamoa. He's beaten to it, but come on, in the last minutes of normal time, the ref brings an end to the game. We have now done it. Liverpool, for the second season in a row, will be in a Champions League final. Will history repeat itself? The question everybody's asking. Well, it won't team-wise because we're facing Paris, not Manchester City. Still on top in this league with a game in hand, but only by a point. And this is where we risk simulations, getting towards the end of this season. Now we're in the Champions League final. We cannot be playing these next 2 games. Oh my days. 2 red cards, but we still managed to win. Kerkez scoring and then going for an early bath. How on earth does that happen, though? And Dominic Szoboszlai is injured, available to play in 3 days? It is a mouth injury? That's weird. Alongside Bradley injured, pulled hamstring. We don't even have a backup fullback. It's going to be Chambers and Stevenson to play against Chelsea in a potential title decider. And can we get the win? Oh my days, we get it 4-2. Scoring 4 without any fullbacks. Oh my, that is absolutely phenomenal. Even Leone needed simming on. And he's been the star that we really haven't got the best out of in this entire save. But I don't believe it. On this final game day, Manchester City have already claimed the title by 4 points. It was so close, yet so far. City have gone and done it. leaving us just sat on our hands and not ruthless enough to win that title, however, Champions League final. And Andoni is going to speak to me right here. It's the first time we've spoke in quite a while. Boss, I know there's integrity around the Premier League and it could backfire, but I want to rest the majority of our players for this final game against City. Yes, it could be a disaster class. Yes, they could absolutely hammer us. But the Champions League we got wrong last year, and I think we had fatigued players out in that campaign. Let me field a weakened squad, hopefully get a result, and maybe a draw, just to be pleased of the young players. Then we can play full strength against PSG, and screw it, even if the league fine us for non-fair play rules, I'm going to allow him to sanction it and take this team right here to the final game of the Premier League season, with literally players all out of position. Maybe we change Jones to out wide. Jones plays anywhere. Chambers is further forward. He is a left back with 68 passing, 71 dribbling against City. We are risking it for a biscuit, and City beat us 2-0. I think there's pride to be taken out of that one. Ait Nuri and Foden with the goal. However, it has led to a lot of negativity away from the Prem. People saying we threw that, and if we actually throw the Champions League, that is going to be karma, and that's what we've got to watch out for, as who do we face? In charge of Paris, it's still Enrique, so we can expect if they get a kick-off to be blasted forward, the ball to just absolutely be rifled down the field and given back to us. So we've got to be careful in possession as a potential signing. Yan Diomande is the 4th scorer in the Champions League. Top scorer is Isaac, who, yes, we let go over to Bournemouth. Don't ask me why. Oh, yes, you can actually ask me why. He wanted to move. We could afford him for next season if we wanted. If we wanted to bring him back as the top scorer for this season is Hugo Ekitike. It's getting really warm in this room. I can't say his name right. McAllister is in 2nd. Potential player of the season, as you guys will be voting for player of the save or the season next, depending on this final result. And for me, it's between Hugo, McAllister, I would say Ryan. He's been good this season. And Rio and Gamoa. Ryan just squeezing in there over Ryan Gravenberg. I'm sorry, but Gravenberg's got the plaudits of being the captain. He don't need any more, as at least City didn't go invincibles. We were clearly 2nd. If we win this, it means we haven't won a title, and we haven't won a cup. The Champions League could be our first cup in 3 seasons. Would Iraola be sacked for this in real life? Let me know in the comments, and also subscribe to give us luck, as we're on the race to 10k on this channel, and we're going to need the luck of this Champions League finale coming up. Phil Foden grabbing the player of the year, and now our rivalry has finished with City, hopefully. I can actually give him the praise and say well done to him. We just care about hating the team we're facing right now, and we're in that such slick black away kit. I love it. I'd love to be lifting that title more so. Whatever we're wearing, they're in their new home kit. We've got the new kits loaded up, and that's the kick we expected. Keep the ball back off them. Don't let them pressurize us. With only one tired player in this team, I had to leave a first teamer on the bench from the last game, and that was Rio Ngamoa, so he's got to actually time himself. Red numbers on the back of our shirt to potentially put them off. Marquinhos crossing to Núñez. He's got the 1-2 on lock. Núñez just scored a free kick against Uzbekistan at the time of recording. Here goes Njantu. He absolutely flattens Frimpong. Panic stations at the off. After me explicitly saying don't give them possession. Look how high their line is. Rio Ngamoa running in behind. Maybe we get a high scorer. If we could have got round him then, as here goes Gilviaro Riyad. He's crossing the ball in. McAllister doing the defensive duties. Straight onto Drago. Feels harsh on Szoboszlai. But he had to play the 90 overall man with Rio Ngamoa. Receiving this out wide. He's got to switch it across. It was a panic switch. Bit of a chess game. Like the second leg against... who was it? We just played Atleti. But then we were tired. This game, we're not, so please no. I was going to say lacking passes from ourselves. That's not a lacking pass from Gravenberg. Rio Ngamoa is through. Imagine after everything. Kvicha being signed. It's Rio Ngamoa. Our youngster scores in the Champions League finale, replacing the man that used to play for these. Rio scores. I don't know where this is. I'm guessing potentially it's the Hertha Berlin Stadium. But what a goal for Liverpool. What a ball from Gravenberg, I think it was. And he scored our only 2 goals today as Rio Ngamoa. What a story. He looked out of the team for a second, and it was their mistake that actually put us through. I think it was a dodgy pass by Rafinha. Can't say you see that too often, as Ousmane Dembele. Vitinha We're doing the offside trap, doing to an ex-Barca manager what Barcelona do now. And I honestly haven't done it on purpose. It's just working. With Ryan, I see that sneaky ball in behind. If is he onside? Yes, he is. I thought he was off. Ryan going towards the edge of the box. Ryan trying to do a Rio and Gamoa. I've just remembered as well, start of this game, I said that Foden got the player of the year. He was the man to score against us. In the last finale, Rio for us, it's wonder kid galore and academy players. Oh, this man came from the Chelsea Academy. Mamardashvili called into massive action with a huge save at the end of this first half. Marquinhos, don't be handball. Dean Howson, I thought it was going to be. Don't tackle him. Vitinha, the magician, is just dribbling through us. Oh, we have took him out. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This timing. At the end of the first half, we're going to be going in at one apiece. It's Vitinha against Mamardashvili, who's been brilliant. But Vitinha ain't missing that one. The mentality as well, just to go and get the ball. It's something we need to try and conjure up. As we ain't got long of this game to go now. 45 minutes. I thought we'd get the win. I thought they'd made a mistake. That's it. Just one error. Huyson makes a mistake. He takes his man out. And here goes Ryan, fully rested unlike Gamoa. So I unfortunately think we use Ryan more. Gravenberg. It was almost, instead of Ryan, Ryan. But we have managed to keep it alive. And here goes Rio and Gamoa again. He drops it off. Milos Kerkez, very dodgy first touch by our Hungarian. Thinking of Hungary. No, I'm not starving. I want to get the other Hungarian on with Lee Kang-in looking forward. Mamardashvili off his line. We'll make them changes soon. Where Drago's not been in the game. Maybe he just hasn't had time to adapt to Liverpool as much. That ball, I was going to play through to Ekitike, so that should be a red card. Goal scoring opportunity was gone. Please, hit that red card. Yellow. Goal scoring opportunity, hello. Oh, we're flying forward, but oh my days. Frimpong, it's a perfect chance to get the ball. That cross had no curve, so Ekitike struggles to pick up on it. Maybe it was a decent move, as that's a brilliant ball through. We're back in the lead. A goal I didn't expect. Fresh off the bench, Dominic Szoboszlai, the hero for Liverpool in real life, scores from a Frimpong cross, and no silly penalties to give away. We should have a Champions League medal in the cabinet of every single player. Just keep seeing them away from the goal. Dean Huyson, that was an integral touch into Gravenberg. Chipper over the top were Drago. I liked the idea, and I thought Ekitike was the one off a little bit there. But he picks up on that loose pass. Hugo Ekitike. A crossover to Ryan. Oh, it's in the net. We've won it. An error at the back from PSG late into the game secures the title for Liverpool. We will finish this save with the UCL trophy today. And the Champions League is won by Liverpool. That means the end of this save, which has been fun. And McAllister's going to lift it. Could have been him or Gravenberg. I hope you guys have enjoyed this save. I've really tried to put more thought into the storylines. As if you do have a storyline, you have a team to suggest or anything, comment it down below and I'll try and get onto it as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching the Liverpool career mode. If you're excited to see another career mode, we've got full movies on the main channel, full series on the second, which you should be watching this on first. And thank you very much for supporting. Just click on screen anywhere for a video YouTube recommends you.